So in total, this will be a 12-foot wide by 7 feet tall accent wall. You did it! It's on!
I feel like it's the perfect art piece that we can put as a cover on top of this. It actually ended up costing us only $311 to complete this look, which to me is pretty incredible.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we are Florida Flipsters and we do all things DIY. This week we are going outside and we're doing a wooden patio accent wall. It's going to be super affordable, under $500 in total, and should be a great way to completely transform your outdoor patio space.
The accent wall is going to also house our outdoor TV, which I know Tyler is very excited about this project to get this done in time for the Super Bowl so we can watch it out there. And I am personally excited to be able to watch all of my reality TV shows. The Bachelorette just started. So let's go ahead and get started and get our supplies. Here is the plywood we need. Now we just have to grab 3 sheets of it. That one looks better. And we found the 1x2x8, so now we gotta grab a ton of them. Alright, so we got 30 of them. We got the goods, just barely. Don't look too closely at her back because you can definitely see our trunk is not fully closed, but we made it work. We live close by.
We'll drive slow, we'll be cautious.
Welcome to our backyard. Here is the carport we were mentioning and our little seating area. One of our walls is decorated from our backyard wedding. However, this is the wall that we are planning to add the accent wall to. It is just a blank slate, so our first step is to clear everything out.
Alright, we've got all of the wood back home in our backyard. Behind me we have 3 4x8 sheets of plywood. We are going to cut off 1 foot from these sheets so it will be 12 by 7 feet tall. For all of the wood in today's project, we chose a beautiful golden oak by Minwax. We are going to apply that to the plywood sheets and then also to these strips. We bought 30 1x2 8-foot strips of pine that we're going to stain, and then we're going to cut and put on the wall in a random abstract pattern. So our first step is going to be cutting down these plywood sheets.
On to stain. As he mentioned, we did the golden oak color. This is from Minwax. I'm going to go ahead and leave all of the products we used in our description if you want to recreate it exactly how we did. So we're going to open this up and I'm just going to apply it with a cloth. I prefer this method. It's easier to just wipe it on and then you don't have any brush strokes. So we're going to open this up and get to staining.
For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of me.
It's the next morning. We've let everything dry overnight. The stain says it only needs 4 hours to dry, but we are using a polyacrylic water-based sealant today, and so we wanted to give it an extra few hours to make sure that all that stain had fully cured before putting on a water-based sealant on top to protect the finish.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love,
You did it!
don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed.
Alright, we've successfully got our plywood sheets on the wall for our foundation of our project. Now we're going to start trimming out the edges.
To cut our boards, we brought out our miter saw and adjusted it to a 45-degree angle in order to get our trim to have a uniform joint at the corners. Nice! Once you have your trim to the correct size, you're going to go ahead and take a brad nailer and secure the boards to the plywood in a couple different spots.
Run a few miles down a desert road. Stare too long at a two-foot road. Get to fixing something that's been broke.
We decided to use some painter's tape to go ahead and map out the dimensions of our TV so we can get an idea of where it's going to be located. To make sure all of the spacing was uniform, we simply took a scrap piece of the 1x2 board and put it on its side and used that as a spacer so everything looks nice and even.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it over 5.
Alright, we have our TV traced out here on the wall, so now we're going to be installing our TV mounting bracket in the middle. As you see, there's no electricity, no outlet out here, but there is electricity on the interior of the shed, so we'll be just drilling a small hole right here and running the wires through. That way the wires aren't exposed to the elements and we can just plug it in on the interior of the shed. Fun fact, we got this TV below from an Airbnb that we owned and ran for 2 years. Let us know if you'd like to hear more about that because we definitely have some stories to tell. Long story short though, it is no longer an Airbnb, so that's the reason we have a free TV left over that we're going to be using for this project.
Here is all the scraps we have left. We used basically everything possible and it was just enough. Definitely leave this is. I mean, it's an outdoor TV. However, I wanted to kind of hide it when it's not in use, and we literally found the most perfect piece of art at the thrift store for, I think this was like $10. And I feel like it's the perfect art piece that we can put as a cover on top of this. But this will be so much prettier and look like art on the wall. So we're gonna figure out how to add just some extra scrap wood onto the back of this frame so we can literally just set this on top of the TV and hopefully it'll look good. I've got the art piece turned around and we have just a scrap piece of lumber. This will work perfectly, and what we're gonna do is cut this to size. So this will make the top of it be a lot thicker, so hopefully it'll be able to just lip on top of the TV. So let's try it out.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty with the wind blowing in your hair.
The wall is done. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. It is one of my favorite projects we've done to date. This is a project you can definitely complete within a weekend. And as we mentioned, this was under $500. It actually ended up costing us only $311 to complete this look, which to me is pretty incredible. Hopefully it can inspire you and show you that if you just put in the work and take some time out of your day, you really can create an impact at a fraction of the cost. As soon as we're done filming this video, I am very excited to crack open a beer or a few and come out here with Tyler and just enjoy a movie out here in our backyard. If you have liked this video, it would mean the world to us if you would take a second to like the video and subscribe to our channel. We are always working on projects. Usually it's furniture flips. However, we like to do home renovation projects, but the one thing they all have in common is that they're going to be budget friendly, if not free. So stay tuned, follow along. You never know what we're going to work on next. We will see you next week.